Hello and welcome to Geekatplay Studio Tutorials. Let's continue creating sci-fi scenery with a Vue. What I want to do right here, I want to create maybe some shore somewhere by the ocean in space, create an interesting look on a planet. But one thing what I find some limitations with the Vue, and let me show you as example. So if I create a planet, let's say right here, I created a planet. We'll take our camera. And for example, for this planet, I want to have part of this displayed. So we have it cover shadow, but not all the way. So I don't want to have it total dark. I want to see something like in a shadow. In some planets, for example, when they're close up, you can see this. So let me, as example, we'll render. Okay, let's go render these. Okay, so right here you can see the portion is closed. So instead, what I want to do, maybe have it open like this, so I can see some light coming, but I still want to see portion. Let's look right here. So if we're going to try to do this in the Vue, and we'll just start covering, you'll notice at a point when we created this, it's just disappearing. It's almost like a half, and we don't see anything behind. We can try to maybe put some planet up front of this, but what's happening is will cover our bright side. Instead, to doing this, we need to create some custom map overlay on our planet so we can create a same look. Okay, doing this, we need to go in loaded custom. But before we do, let's create some our custom planets so we can use them. And for this, I will go to use it Photoshop. And to use it as a textures, you have several options. One, you can go online and search maybe on a NASA for free, royalty-free images. And here, example of the images from NASA, and you can see how high resolution. For example, you can download it, and again, this is one is royalty free to use, so you can use it in your artwork, and you can see how very high resolution some of these images, way more than we needed. One thing I just kind of pay attention, because some of those images, like this is best example right here on edge, you can see dark, and you actually don't want this. So you want scale down if you're using for the Vue as a map. Just bring all the way so you don't have it as much, as less as possible of this black sides, almost all the way to the side. So you can kind of readjusting. Okay, if you want, you can even zoom closer maybe and try and bring, but this is edge, you don't want to have it. So you want to bring as close as possible to the side of the edge. Okay, on this case, you want to have it less black borders around, because what Vue does, it will take this image and optimize it for the center and creating. So this is one way to do this. Other ways you can do also, you can have it applications as example. As a filter for it is texture making. For example, I use this. It's have a lot of other ones, free applications, or any other one who can allow you to create textures, seamless textures, or other ones. And example, and right here you can see you have a lot of different type of the texturing. You can use like craters, even you can create your own unique, maybe even some organic looking planets. And let me see if I can find, some of them look very realistic, like maybe lava type. And here's example of the texture from them. Okay, so as this one example, you can see how good resolution this one is. Perfect. It's creating a filter forge texture. The only one thing you notice, this is a kind of square and won't necessarily look nice as a planet. This is another one, maybe organic. You know what? Let's take this one texture and let's create a planet, kind of a little bit distorted planet for our purpose. So for this is it's 4,000 by 4,000 resolution. The reason why I use it, I want to have these details on a planet, and I notice when I scale up in the view, and it's not very high resolution, you can see something maybe losing details. So I want to use it very high resolution for this purpose. So right here I have it mine for creating a new layer. And next, what I'm going to do is to create circle, and I'm going from one corner. Okay. Here, press Shift button to another corner, and nice right here maybe. Okay, so let me just place it in right 4,000 by 4,000 pixels. So when you're done, we'll go right here, copy and paste. So you can see I just created circle right here. Okay, let me take this layer, put it below, and I want black background. If you use black background, it's become transparent when you use it in the planets. And as example, so let me open this. So right here, okay. If I'm going and reloaded some custom, for example, right here you can see with the black, you can see how the black become transparent, so you can see it through sky. Of course, if you place object behind, that transparency, not total transparency, transparency only to the sky. So as example, if I create two planets, let me offset one from another one a little bit, you'll see how right here it's covering. So again, this is transparency only to the sky, not to the object behind or other planets. But based on this, what we're going to do is use this as a planet, so we'll set as a black color transparency. Next, it's actually not that hard to do. What we need, we're going to select one and we'll go to the filters, distortion, and we'll go to spheroids. I'm using all the way 100% and our mode is normal. We'll click OK. And you notice right here, this already kind of starts stretching, so it's look semi like a planet. I'm going to create a new one. And on the second copy, I'll do again one more time. This is add very good effect right here, except you can see on the middle, it's kind of more distortion. That's the reason why I want to create high resolution. But I may like a little bit better on middle look like this. So what I'm going to do, I'll take layer before, which one is have it less on the middle, select that one, and I'm going to just select circle like this, maybe on the middle, why I like it, but I want to keep it side same. We'll go to select, modify feathers, and we'll set maybe about maybe even 70. So it will be 70 pixels. Copy, paste. We can hide that one now, and you'll notice we still have, we'll just increase resolution a little bit on the middle with this. So right here, and it's nice with feathering, so it's matching. We also rotate, so if you want it, you can actually see where's the better details kind of going. So we maybe want to do, just add that way details. And now I can hide this one away. We'll take those layers and merge them. So now we're right here. We have our planet with nice kind of scale right on the side. We still have good details on the middle. Next, if what I want to do, I want to maybe add some glowing to the edges, and we'll create new layer. I press Control and on a layer, so it's kind of selecting for me. Next, I want to do somewhat coloring, maybe if we have some atmospheres or other ones. And for this reason, because it's hot planet looking, I'll just select orange and white. Okay, and we'll see. So we're selecting this. It's not which in a way I want it. So I'm going to modify them. And again, some operations it's easy by using shortcut in a Photoshop. By doing this manually, what I want, kind of showing what we can do if using any other applications. Kind of easy to follow that way. Okay, so right here we have it white and color, so you can go ahead. Actually, you know what, maybe instead white, because we can use its screen for that. I want to use it black, so let me go ahead. Okay, right here. Again, next I want to just start erasing maybe on the middle. And it's multiple ways you can do this. So you can as well just create edge these, or if you want it, you can go through the styles and maybe add some styles to the planet, to the glow edge. It's multiple ways you can, can do this. Blur, let's go to Asian blur in this one. Okay. And let me see from normal. Okay, we have an overlay. It's a little bit more contrast, but I think the screen or lighting may work even better on that one. So let me see. Yeah, I will leave it back to the screen. And one thing what I want to do, I want to actually make maybe just slightly, because I don't want to create too much atmosphere, but I want just slightly color change. So next, right here is created, and normally when I done this, I save one planet like this, full color planet. And also what I want to do, it is creating kind of shadowing one. This is easy, so we'll just create one. We'll have a black color. We'll fill up with a black, and we'll start moving. So we'll move maybe around this area. It depends on what you want to do. Next, we'll go blur, and let's have it on this edge right here is what I'm looking for, this blur. Maybe around that area, and just change opacity. So you can see this already look like a planet. In this case, we'll still have it nice bright color and hidden kind of shadowing right on the side, but still reflecting, like light reflecting from that planet and lying up side of this. So let's maybe set around this area. Okay, and now we're ready to save. So this is the easiest way to create a realistic look planets to use inside the view. And again, if you look, we have it very good resolution still be on this planet. So if needed, we can increase quite a bit size inside the view grow planet, and we still have all of this resolution. the kind of minus on this, I can set for my shadow how far I want it, but I need to go inside the view or inside the Photoshop and modify it and save it as a JPEG. That so let me open a few and showing as examples of what I done right here for different planets. And you can see mostly I created different planet and I applied shadows to them. So for example, this one before, this same what we done with shadows, moon with a shadow. So I have a different type with the masks. One thing when I create mask, I don't really worry what side, because I can go inside the view and kind of rotate and readjust what position of this. Only one thing you cannot readjust how much it's covered. So overall, if you're creating mask on your planets, just create maybe few of them. And by the way, all of this, what you see right here, all of these planets, there will be, if you purchasing the tutorial pack, all this additional project files and materials in this preset will be included. So you can reuse already created textures and planets if you need it for your project. So next, what we're going to do, we're going to actually start using this planet in our project and going to create some look, maybe some with water line and some with colors. And we'll continue to do this in our next tutorial.